pay respect for the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and respected for the most venerable Prajan Dr. Pramaha Janya Suthiyano, and respected for the most venerable Dr. Pramaha Narin Narinto, and all the monk friends, and greeting to all the lay people. So today I'm here with Tan Ajahn Marut, or assistant professor, associate professor Dr. Marut Metiko. So we are here for practice English, and also at the same time we try to explore the Dharma. So let's talk a little bit why we are here, Tan Ajahn. We are here because of Tan Most Venerable or Tan Ajahn Dr. Janya. He want to lead us to practicing the English. As we know, at the first time and until now, Tan Ajahn Dr. Pramahajanya, he have the good idea to support the Buddhist monk who come here, and support all the Buddhist monks who live here to study English. And he too much encouraged us to speaking and learning English. And actually we don't have much chance to speak English. And then why he support us to speak English, to explore the Dhamma by English language. So then he say from yesterday or before yesterday, I'm not sure exactly, and he say we have to give the talk after morning chanting, and then we have to talk with not only one person, or even you can talk one person or with the two person. So I would like to ask Tan Ajahn Marut, what do you feel?
Thank you for your invitation that led me to come to Wat Putta Panya, Pomona, 1157 Indian Hills Boulevard, California, USA. Over time now, that's 6:04 in the morning. Maybe in Thailand or in our home, maybe at the night time. So that's the time that's different. But our life and living, we are the same. That we have to run our life from now until the end. During this time, we have to know what we are going to do. And when I came here, I really appreciate all of my good friends. The first day that I arrived at the airport, Dr. Maha Narin and Dr. Narong, I will not tell you about their surname. That's the Lord Buddha give them. That Mahanarin, that's Narinto, and Dr. Narong, that's
Buddhi
Meti. That's you see. So that's they are with Yom Kalaya. That's welcome me at the airport. I feel very happy. That's the first sight. So all of my friends, the first sight must be last. The first impression must be last also. So that's very good. So you have to be the first impression now today. That this is the first time that we will start our talking about Dhamma in English, because English, that's the world language. If we talk in Thai, you cannot understand. Or you talk in Vietnam, you can understand only the Vietnamese. Or you talk in Chinese, that you can understand only China people. So we have to use English. Why we use English? Because English is the world language. Why English is the world language? Because in the year of Victoria period, Victoria in England, that she is the King of England can conquer all over the world, and she make this language for everyone. So people in India, they can speak English. People in Thailand, we can speak English, but not like the country that they colonize, like in Malaysia, that the people can speak English very well. So we are Thai. We are very proud that we are independent, but very hard to speak English because we never depend on the British colony. So today we are going to preaching the Dhamma to our friends all over the world. So Dhamma is not far away from you. Dhamma is your breathing. So you have to know your breathing now. If you're breathing long, then you have long life. If you're breathing short, you have short life. You see? Why? Because your body consists of a lot of cells, and all cells needed a lot of oxygen. When you take very less oxygen, and you will have problem, because your cell will will get sick and die, and then your life will short. You see that? So please take long breathing during listen to the Dhamma and smile to the world. Lord Buddha teaching, that's very important. The most important that you have to be here and now. You want to be happy, or you want to be to joy or the joyful in the world. So you have to do it now, not yesterday or not tomorrow. So the present, that's very most important. So you breathing in and smile, breathing out and smile, and then you very relaxed. Relax, that means you never create any stress. The people who create stress, you have to find a way how to release your stress. So this is Dhamma that we have to do this morning. First, you have to emphasize on the breathing during listening to the Dhamma. Dhamma, people know so many people talking. Why? When you listen to the station from the monastery, you will listen about the topic Dhamma. When you go to the political parties, you will hear about the politics, you see that. But all things are Dhamma. So Dhamma, so I would like to explain about the Dhamma meaning. Dhamma, this mean everything. When I say everything, no exception.
All right, good. It sounds like Ajahn Marut have a lot of experience to give the Dhamma talk by English. I heard you give the Dhamma talk when you was in Phang.
In Phangan.
In Phang.
Phangan, Surat Thani.
Surat Thani province.
That we have silent retreats for the foreigners. The people all over the world came to that place that we call Wat Khao Tam.
And you let them all to practice meditation?
I would like to share my experience. The people in Europe, normally if they don't know, they will not accept. They have to know it. When they ask them, what is your religion?
All right.
One of my friends said, no, I don't have any religion.
Okay, no religion.
No religion.
But why come to study Buddhism?
But they want to know about the meditation. Meditation. After I do meditation, and I try to preaching Dhamma with the Dhamma talk. And then after that, they understand the teaching of Buddha. After they understand, and after 7 days from meditation and preaching Dhamma, he came to me and he said, "Oh, I am a Buddhist."
Oh, become Buddhist already.
Already, because after you know, you practice, and you get the benefit, you get the fruitful from the Buddhism, and then you will say that you are the Buddhist. But the people in Thailand, so many people, they are Buddhists by
namesake,
by name,
or culture.
Well, yes, you see, that they have to be a Buddhist for feel to fill in the application form.
Oh, just only that.
You see.
It's very dangerous. Maybe.
And we don't know that by the way of life in Thailand, we have practiced the Buddhist way, but we don't know it. But if you know that's the Buddhist way, you have to know how to solve your problem.
Right.
Your problem, that's the most important problem, that's the suffering. The suffering both outside and inside. The suffering outside, that means you have to deal with the other people.
Right.
So Lord Buddha teaching, it has two levels. The first level, that's we call morality. And the second level, that's we call the Dhamma to get rid of the suffering. That means above the morality. So, Lord Buddha teaching about self and not self. Why? Why he teach self? Because he is what? The teacher of Deva and humans. This means he is teacher of the angels and the humans, all humans.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Satta Deva Manutsanang.
Satta Deva Manutsanang. Why? Because Deva and humans still have suffering.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But he is the one who get rid all of suffering and he get free for life. And then he, very full of, I would like to say that the ocean of compassion. That's so pleased to the living beings because he has been through that experience before about the suffering. When he can get free from that and he look at all living beings and then he would like to help.
It's very, very interesting for me because the Buddha, he's still in the human body, but he can give Dhamma talk or he can guide the Deva or angels. It's quite very amazing for me. Because normally when we're talking about teacher, or the people who lets people to understand the religion, maybe they will share the religion only for the human.
But in fact, only one thing, only one problem that Lord Buddha found it. What is that? Ignorance.
Ignorance. Okay.
Ignorance is the key. All the problems come from ignorance.
And Deva also still...
Ignorance, in Thai we call avijja. Avijja, that's a Pali. In Thai that means stupid. That means you don't know the truth. You don't know your life. You don't know who are you. Why were you born? You don't know. You see? And sometimes you misunderstand.
Even we still in the Deva Ram, we also still have the ignorance.
That's all problem in the world because of ignorance.
Because of samsara.
Ignorance, that means you don't know yourself. If you know yourself, and then you know the others. If you know yourself, like not real self, and you can see the other not real self. So you are not violent, you are not aggressive, you are not do some bad thing to the others.
Yes.
You see that?
A lot of things.
So the one thing that I would like to propose to our listeners this morning, do you know when you have suffering and you will create suffering to the other people, if you don't have any suffering, you will not create any suffering to the others. So you have to think about the ion. Do you know the ion?
Ion?
Ion. I-R-O-N. That means pronounce ion. You know ion?
I'm not sure exactly.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ion will get rusty. You know rusty? Rusty. When get rusty, and then that rusty will destroy that ion.
Okay.
Will destroy
iron. Okay.
No, not iron. Ion.
Ion. Okay. Maybe I'm Indian accent, so that's why I don't know your accent.
And where is that rusty come from?
I don't know that.
That rusty come from its own ion. And when you get suffering, where's the suffering come from? Come from your own mind. So all of my good friends all over the world, you have to study your mind. Mind is everything. What you think, you become. Okay, I will say again. Mind is everything. what you think you become.
All right.
You see, so you have to know your mind. And Lord Buddha teaching the first level about morality. That means we have to live in society happily, without violate, without harm to the other, or harm yourself and harm the others. You see, you understand the harm? No more harmful. See, that's in morality. So in morality, Lord Buddha teaching about what the triple sikkha. Do you know triple sikkha?
Sila, Samadhi, and Panya.
So triple sikkha. You know in Pali, when you say about sikkha, sikkha, that's Pali. But in Sanskrit, they call suksa. Suksa, that's Sanskrit. But sikkha, that's Pali. And again, in Thai, we never say Pali, but in Thai we call Bali. But in English we say Pali. Pali. If you say Bali, the other people may not understand.
They don't understand.
Okay. So, sikkha. Sikkha has come from the root of the language. Sikkha come from two words. Number one, sa. Sa, that means yourself. Ikha, that means do or look.
Okay.
You see, you look. So, sikkha, that means you have to see yourself.
See yourself. Okay.
So, at the beginning, Lord Buddha knows all living beings controlled by the instincts. You know instincts?
All right. Sanchataya in Thai word.
Instincts. And instinct will feeling as a self from your born. Your mother will say that this your mother, this my son, this my daughter. You see, that we start with self at the beginning. So Lord Buddha knows that self will support your instincts and really easy to teach.
So it means atta.
Atta, you see.
So we learn atta from when we were
from our mother. From the first that we came out to the world, and then we thought that I don't know. I thought that self that's the truth.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong if you don't study Dhamma.
And you know that the truth of self, that's sure. But the truth, that's only relative truth. That's only but the language that we may have made. But But when you open your wisdom eyes and you will see that's not real self. That you say this morning we were chanting. If you follow the chanting of the what Putta Panya from Pomona, every morning we are chanting in Pali and English.
Yes.
And then we say what? Rupam Anicca. That means
form is impermanent.
Form is
impermanent.
Impermanent. Right. You see, impermanent. When impermanent, that thing change. When that thing change, that means not real self. That's anicca, tukkha, anatta. Okay. Then this word, that's the language that Lord Buddha have to invent it. Lord Buddha have to build it. He have to give it. That he said, when he knows the truth is there in nature. Lord Buddha got enlightened or not got enlightened, but the truth is there. That the truth that he found, that's not real self, just only natural phenomena. That's only illusion. So we see self, but self just only for doing your duty in front of you each moment only. You see that?
It's very good Dhamma, Ajahn. You have a good experience to give Dhamma talk with Farang or with the foreigner. I would like to know more, when we give Dhamma talk for the foreigner, which country they come from mostly? America or Russia?
Now, the majority of the people came from Russia.
From Russia, more
but we have problem with the Russian people because they cannot speak English well. Sometimes I have to find the people to translate from English to Russian. You see.
And maybe Buddhist monks should learn Russian. Maybe.
Oh, that's very good. Because Russian people, they're really interested in Buddhism.
Wow.
You see, like what the President Putin.
All right.
He really interested, and he came to Thailand to pay respect to the King Rama IX.
It's very nice.
And King Rama IX gave his advice how to to work for the farming in Russia.
All right.
Then Russia before this, we have to import the wheat from outside. After he got the advice from the King Rama IX, and then he can produce more wheat until they can export the wheat. You see, that's President Putin really impressed with the King Rama IX, and he knows that Rama IX is really real Buddhist.
So that's why the relationship between Thai and Russia is quite
Very good.
Yeah.
You see, so and the other countries, not Russian and then European. I would like to say that the whole country.
Whole country.
Yeah. French. Now I have one student from Paris. That the one after 7 days, and he told me, I would like to be a monk.
Oh.
You see, before that he never know about the religion at all.
Now a lot of foreign master, foreign scholar.
People will get in touch with the Buddhism, get in touch with the truth that Lord Buddha declared. You will not go away, but you have to get the real truth that declared, not only at the morality level. Morality level, we have teaching before Lord Buddha arise in the world, because morality is for human living in society. Before Lord Buddha, they have that. But Lord Buddha still welcome and accept. And he said, not enough for morality to get suffering from your mind. Even you are the good person. Morality, that means you have to be a good person. Good person, that means you will not harm, you will not violate the other people. You see?
Even yourself.
Yeah. That you mean Sila, number one. What is the meaning of the Sila number one? Sila does mean normal. Normal does mean not create any problem. Sila. Number one, not kill, not violate the other people. Not kill, and then you have to have Dhamma, you have to be friends with the others.
Right.
You see? If you don't worry about the killing, and then you will live happily.
Right.
You don't worry about the other people that will come to kill you. You see? When you sleep under your house, or you sleep in the house, no need to lock the door, because no people will come to kill you at all. And the second one, that's the most important, more again about what? No stealing. No stealing. If you have this sila, and then no need to have the key. You see, you can open everywhere, because no one will come to get your properties. You see?
So now in America, I have a lot of people come to
because
study.
they don't have sila. If they have sila, you will live happily. This only two, and that sila, it has many levels. Sila for general people, we have only 5 sila, 5 precepts.
For
5
people.
precepts, and for the Lord Buddha, sila or precepts. You see, sila or precepts.
Right.
That for the Lord Buddha, that he gave 8 precepts. 8 precepts good for mind training. If you want to train your mind, you have to follow 8 precepts. If you follow 5 precepts, not so easy to train your mind. You see? What happened? For 8 precepts, we include 3 more. And number 3, there's no relation with the sex or from
activity.
that's intercourse, no more intercourse. You see that? If you come to train your mind and you still have intercourse, that's very hard to train your mind. So we have to stop on that. And then the precept number 6, that means you don't crazy with eating. You eat less.
Yeah.
That's easy to train your mind.
After afternoon, we don't eat it.
Maybe if you can eat 1 meal, or someday you can fast. So many people from my teaching at Pangan, they fast for 7 days. When you fasting, your mind really easy to train. You have to treat that when you want to train the animal. When you bring the wild animal, if you want to train them, if you feed a lot of food, and they are very strong and they're not so easy to train. Like you want to train elephant, and you feed a lot of food, then elephant will have very strong and then not so easy to control. And you want to control your mind, you have to eat less, sleep less, and talk less.
Talk less.
Yes. Three less, eat less,
sleep less, speak
talk less, and you practice more.
More practice.
More practice. You see, that's the way. So precept that's only for morality, but morality that can do as the base for training your mind. That's we call mind training. Mind training that we call Chitta Siksa. Chitta Siksa, that's mind study. You see, mind study. So many people, they don't know their own mind. So they have suffering. Where is the suffering come from? Come from your own mind. Okay, I will show the example. Do you have about the feeling?
Yeah, of course. Feeling. Still have.
When you have feeling, where is the feeling exist?
That's good point to ask that.
Yeah, where? When you, I don't like this person. The feeling of like or dislike. At that person or at you?
At you.
At you. And that feeling will hurt you or hurt that the other person.
Yeah, of course. Hit me.
Yeah, and then why you create that feeling?
Yeah,
because you don't know that the feeling will hurt you, so you have to stop that feeling.
We don't understand the feeling. We don't understand.
Because you don't know the feeling. It has two kinds of feeling. The first feeling we call nervous system feeling. Nervous system feeling. Yeah, nervous system feeling come from the nervous. The nervous system. And when that nervous system report to the brain.
All right.
Yeah, a brain and mind not the same.
Right.
Yeah. Some people misunderstand that they think brain is mind, but brain and mind not the same. But brain and mind work together.
But not the same.
Not the same. Brain will accept the knowledge or information around you. Like your eyes, you will perceive what the size that you see,
the form,
the size, the form, and your ears will perceive what
the sound.
The sound, you see,
sound,
you just
song.
Get the information,
right?
All information. So when you get information, you have problem because you don't know your mind. Your mind will slave. You know slave.
Slave.
S-L-E-V-E.
Oh, thought.
Slave to the brain.
Oh.
When the brain say, "Oh, you feel pleasant," "Oh, I like it."
Right.
When you feel unpleasant, you say,
"I don't like it."
I don't like it. Yeah. That's the feeling of like and dislike. That's the feeling of the mind or the body.
The mind.
The mind.
Yes.
When you have what you feeling pleasure or pleasant or unpleasant. That's the feeling of the body or the mind?
The mind.
No.
Hey, the body.
The body, you see? So you have to see about the feeling. In Pali, we call Vedana. Now, Vedana, when we say Vedana, we don't understand about the Vedana of the mind. So, why Lord Buddha said, you have to go away from positive and negative. That's the feeling of the mind. You see that? So, all of my good friends all over the world, today that we prepare to preaching the Dhamma about 30 minutes. The time is coming up. So, I would like to Dr. Narong will close this.
And thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn Marut, a lot. It's very deep Dhamma, and you have more experience, and your English is so good. So, I have to learn a lot about you and your Dhamma. So thank you for everyone who come to follow. And we will have the Dhamma talk in every morning after morning chanting.
Before end, I would like to say one thing.
Okay.
When you see the people that's very clever, that means you are more clever.
Wow, very deep.
Because if you lower, you cannot see the upper.
All right.
But if you go the upper, then you can see the lower. Like you want to see the top of the mountain. You have to go up to the top of the mountain and you can see it. When you say this, oh, I would like to learn from you, that you are more clever than me.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you
Okay.
close it. Closing time.